heritage, our tradition, our future. Today, we become.
In this episode of Premier Interschools, we look ahead to this Saturday's big derby between Grey High in Port Elizabeth and Grey College from Bloemfontein, live on SuperSport. The ninth match of the 2018 Premier Interschools season is another epic encounter between two powerhouses of schools rugby. Hosts Grey High in Port Elizabeth and visitors Grey College from Bloemfontein.
I was at Grey all my life, so Grey College all my life, and now at Grey PE. It's a wonderful opportunity there. It's going to be a great game of rugby, I'm sure. I know in terms of loyalties and things, a lot of my old school friends are already sort of like needling me as to who it's going to be. And what I've been just saying to them is that Grey is going to win on the day. So I know Grey is definitely going to win, and it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to see the two old rivals having fun together. I know we've already hosted Grey College in the cricket here so far this year, where we were able to be one up on them, but now it is over to the rugby, of course, where we'll see what happens.
Grey High School was founded in 1856 by Scotsman John Patterson, who saw the need for a school in the new and rapidly growing town on Algoa Bay. Patterson appealed to Sir George Grey, governor of the Cape Colony at the time, and Grey made land available for the school. Grey High has developed into one of the country's leading boys' schools, with 800 learners, of which approximately 100 are boarders. Sir George also founded Grey College in Bloemfontein in 1855 and Auckland Grammar School in New Zealand in 1850.
Grey Bloem, you wake up that morning and you're very excited to play this game. I know I've always been keen to play Grey Bloem, probably my personal favourite derby. So getting here at unbeaten field, we've been unbeaten here for the last year. So getting the chance to play Grey Bloem in our final year, last chance in the Phillip Field, we call it the House of Pain. We're going to give it our all.
There's lots of support here for us. The crowd will back us, be in our favour. They would be altitude, we'll be used to the altitude, and it'll be more of a fair game, if I can say that as well.
Yeah, I know that the last time we had victory against them was in a home game, and it was back in 2014. And I think we'll have a very different approach to that game this year. And obviously, as a team, we want to also, prove a point that we can compete and we can also beat Grey College.
Over the last 10 games, Grey High has logged 7 wins, often against strong opposition, and the team's losses to St Andrews and Wynberg were both by only 3 points. Notable Old Greys include parliamentarian David Mania, Paralympian swimmer Kevin Paul, Rear Admiral Robert Higgs, SA Navy, legendary cricket siblings Graham and Peter Pollock, plus Wayne Parnell, Peter Stradham and Rusty Turon. Springbok Old Boys include Luke Watson, JJ Engelbrecht, Jan Serfontein, Kerwin Bosch and current skipper Sia Khaleesi, along with Jeremy Ward at the Sharks, Sergio Peterson and Junior Pokamela at the Cheetahs. Sia Khaleesi remains a committed ambassador for the school and has fond memories of his years at the Grey.
I think my best memory was first day. I'll never forget, because firstly I had my own bed for the first time ever in my life. But that wasn't the biggest thing for me. The biggest thing was the fact that they gave me a lot of socks. I never had socks in my life, so I was quite happy with that. And yeah, just the guys, spending time with them, and they accepted me for who I am. They made me feel comfortable, I met some of my good mates there who, I became friends with after school. And I basically know everyone that I went to matric with at school. So it played like such a huge role in my life now. And I'm still friends with some of the guys now. And when I meet up with them, we just reminisce on all the memories we had when we were in school.
Rugby at high school was one of the best memories I've had. Just the spirit in the school and among the boys all around the school, playing on Saturday in front of the whole school. That's just an awesome feeling, and that's one of my best memories, actually, playing rugby.
Oh, it's a great vibe, running out, especially as a schoolboy, like just hearing the crowd roar and, all your friends and your mates supporting you from the stands always get you up for the game and get you psyched up. So I'm sure this year will be no different, and all the boys will be ready for the game.
Looking back at the grey-grey encounter over the past 8 years, it is the boys from Bloemfontein who have prevailed in all but 1 year, and hosts Grey High will once again be going into this match as the underdogs. Grey College was founded in 1855 when Sir George Grey visited the then Free State Republic and donated money towards the establishment of an educational institution. The school first opened its doors in 1859 with the Scotsman Andrew Murray as the first headmaster. Eventually, school and university divided, and the University of the Free State is now next door to the school. The school's motto, Stabilis, means steadfast.
Playing against Grey High is always a special occasion for us. It is seen as one of our big interschools derbies of the year, and not so many years ago they actually beat us in Port Elizabeth, so this will be a big game for us, and we certainly hope that our boys will enjoy the occasion, because it is a very big occasion for Grey College.
I think it's a really tough fixture. We can't judge a team by previous games or last year's games. We had a great game last year with a record score, and it was a really special feeling. The things in our team just went right, and we had a great game. But I know there at Grey PE it's a tough fixture, and we in 2014 and 16 we had tough games there, and it was never a big score there. So we will have to have our stuff together to have a good game there.
Grey High is ons broederskool. Dis dieselfde persoon, Sir George Grey gestig. Dit is altyd 'n groot voorreg om teen Grey te speel, en is altyd 'n baie uitdagende wedstryd.
It's always special to go against our brother school. I mean, we've got so much respect for each other, and then they produce many quality players, and I think that's what makes it special. And it's a tough school to play against, always a tough encounter.
Playing away from home is always tough on schoolboy level. Boys need to go to class and travel with a bus. It's always tough on the bodies. So playing Grey High at Grey High is always tough. They've got a nice atmosphere and good traditions, and they're our brother school, which makes it very competitive. So we're looking forward to the 2018 match day.
Notable alumni include writer and philosopher Lawrence van der Post, writer and politician Denise Reitz, anti-apartheid activist and lawyer Bram Fischer, writer Etienne Leroux, Olympian gold medalist Ryk Neethling, and former Proteas captains Kepler Wessels and Hansie Cronje. Grey College has produced many Springboks, including Heinrich Brousseau, Bismarck and Jannie du Plessis, Johan Goosen, Ollie Leroux, Tiaan Liebenberg, Koenie Oosthuizen, Ruan Pinaar, Francois Steyn, Adrian Strauss, CJ van der Linde, and Francois Venter.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play a couple of games against Grey PE. Always a big derby, a tough game, and it was memorable moments, and I really enjoyed every single second of it.
One of my highlights was definitely my first team game, joining out for my first team, school first team. I think that's your biggest dream in school, is to play for your school's first team, and luckily I did it. And one of my highlights also was my last game. I remember it was Grey College against Grey P, was it? Yeah, and I'm jogging out at home in front of my own school, and I knew it was my last game for my school and my last rugby game for the season, and it was definitely one of my biggest highlights.
Grey College has been undefeated thus far in the 2018 season, and over the last 10 games they have logged impressive wins over tough opposition, including Offies, Paarl Boys High and Monash. The boys from Bloem will be heading to the Eastern Cape as the favourites, and it will be up to their hosts in PE to see if they can use home ground advantage to turn the tables. This year, Grey College will be making the 650-kilometre trip to Port Elizabeth, as their hosts Grey High play for pride in front of packed stands at another massive encounter on the Phillip Field.
Yeah, the gees is massive. I mean, we often can get up to 10, between 8 and 12,000 spectators. And the stands are literally filled, all around the perimeter of the field. So it is a massive, massive vibe.
Yeah, good luck, guys. I know it's a big derby, it's a tough game. Every single game is very personal for a great boy. For you guys playing, but also for the people that you're playing for. The guys have gone before you, the guys sitting next to you at school, your teachers, families and all of that. So make them proud, like you always do, and enjoy it as well. Not a lot of games left this year, so make every single second special and make it count.
That is exactly what you play rugby for at Grey High School. You play rugby to be able to run on the Phillip Field and do the haka for the school. And that I'll never forget that moment. It was really special, especially with my brothers that I played with my first year. I was still in grade 11. Actually, one of my teammates here, Kat Coleman, played with me that year at school, and that is the most special feeling you'll ever feel at Grey. There's a lot of tradition. Each team has their own, but obviously the ultimate is doing it for the first team, and the most important one is doing it after the game, because then you've won.
The Grey boys have always had a good vibe, and they'll go out there with confidence and just play with flair.
Today, we stand for all that is, for our heritage, our tradition, our future. Today, we become.
Watch Grey High versus Grey College in Premier Interschools Rugby this Saturday, live on SuperSport.